I want to bring in Congressman Jared Polis, Colorado Democrat, and Congressman Justin Amash, a Republican from Michigan. They worked together on a bill to rein in the NSA program. Congressman, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Congressman Polis, you just saw the NSA director heckled last night, the Senate Judiciary hearing where a lot of questions were raised yesterday as well. Do you think that the momentum against the NSA programs is on your side?
Certainly what I've been hearing from constituents, an enormous public outcry about reining in our national security apparatus and making sure that we have reasonable checks and balances around access to our most personal information and honoring the spirit of our Constitution.
And Congressman Amash, the vote on your amendment on this issue was so close, 205 for, 217 against, so you need to swing, what, 6 or 7 votes. Are you going to reintroduce legislation regarding the NSA, and if so, what would it do?
Well, we have substantive legislation. It's called the Liberty Act. It's been introduced by Representative John Conyers, the ranking Democrat on Judiciary. I'm the lead co-sponsor on it, and we have almost 50 co-sponsors now, split almost evenly between Republicans and Democrats. We want legislation like this to move forward through Judiciary. I have faith in Chairman Bob Goodlatte that he'll move something forward. And there are a lot of other good ideas being presented by both Republicans and Democrats that we think will help rein in some of this government overreach.
I think that one of the things maybe that has surprised me most is when you look at some of the polls is how unsurprised a lot of the American people are, especially the younger you are. You just assume that surveillance of some sort is going on. And I thought Pat Leahy made an interesting point that we don't close the border to keep the United States safer. We don't strip search people to make buildings safer. But do you think that Americans, Congressman Polis, would be more aware of things like that? Because obviously it's something they can see and feel versus these programs where, say, phone data is being collected, but it's not obviously the same thing as being physically searched or even, you know, going through security in an airport.
I think the point that Representative Amash and I are making that the American people feel is common sense is that liberty and security are not mutually exclusive. We can and we must have them both. We can't give up what makes it special to be an American under our Constitution in the name of security, or we lose the very thing that we're trying to protect and that we cherish.
And as you both know, this program has some fierce defenders in Congress, and I just want to play a little bit of sound from one of them, Senator Dianne Feinstein.
I think, based on what I know, they will come after us. And I think we need to prevent an attack wherever we can from happening.
Now, Congressman Amash, even she has said she's open to making changes, more public disclosure of the queries from this information, the number of warrants obtained by the FBI, and all the classified FISA court opinions be made available to every member of Congress. Is that enough?
No, I think it's important that members of Congress have more access to the FISA court opinions, but we need to return the Patriot Act to what it was intended to be, and that was that it was intended as a device to go after those who are actually the suspects of an investigation. And we had Mr. Sensenbrenner, who was the one of the chief authors of the Patriot Act, come onto the House floor and stand up and say he supported my amendment because he thought the Patriot Act was being misinterpreted and misapplied by courts and by executive branch officials.
Congressman Justin Amash and Jared Polis, it's good to see you both, and so good to see actually 2 members who are on opposite sides of the aisle coming together for something. Thank you both.